All right, guys. So, the worst politician probably in the history of this country, right? In terms of just like the finesse, right? The game of being a politician, is probably Kamala Harris, right? It's not even a probably. It's most definitely. I can't think of anybody who has been worse at this job than she has. Okay, because she continuously makes the wrong moves over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. And quite honestly, I'm not unhappy about her making the wrong PR moves, because it gives me stuff to talk about, right? But at the same time, it's getting to the point now where it's just like, bruh, this is cringe. It's very cringe because when she was in Central America and she was asked about why she's not going to the border, she talked about how she wanted to take care of the real problems, which she believes are in Central America, and how showing up to the border is just a photo op. Okay, so apparently she's against photo ops that don't mean anything when it comes to the border, when it comes to a real crisis that is happening in our country. But when it comes to showing up to a pride parade for a photo op, apparently she's 100% cool with that. Take a look. These politicians, man. These politicians. Okay. As you can see, the Secret Service agent does not look very comfortable, right? He does not look comfortable at all. He looks like, I don't want to be here. This was not a great idea. He's stressed out, okay? Because his job is to protect her, but that's obviously not a situation that's very secure for her. But Kamala had to get that photo op, okay? Because apparently during her brief appearance, she called for the approval of the so-called Equality Act and said that President Biden's administration is determined to move forward on LGBTQ plus rights, saying, quote, "We need to make sure that our transgender community and our youth are all protected. We need still protections around employment and housing," Harris said. "There's so much work to do, and I know we are committed." So where's this smoke and energy for an actual crisis in this country, which is happening at the southern border? And I just want to be clear here. I personally don't care about Kamala going to a pride parade. I don't care if she supports that movement. I have no issues with that whatsoever. What I actually care about is the fact that she said that she's not for photo ops, right? She said that she doesn't want to do a photo op because going to the border does nothing, right? That's what she said. That's her words, not mine. But yet, less than a week from saying these things, she's doing a photo op at a pride parade, talking about things that are not as important as what's going on at the border right now. The real crisis in this country. And again, that's not a shot at the LGBTQ movement. If they look at, I have no issues with whatever adults want to do. I ain't got no issues with that. My issue, again, is with the fact that Kamala is supposed to be against photo ops, but she's not against photo ops when it comes to pandering to those on the left, pandering to the woke revolutionaries. She's 100% cool with that. Photo ops are great when it suits her. And you see how comfortable she is, laughing, giving speeches. But when asked about the border, she's uncomfortable. She's mad, right? When talking about a real crisis in this country, things that are concerning to those who are living at the border, who are worried about a surge of people coming to this country that we know nothing about, concerned about those children that are being smuggled across Mexico, this underground trafficking industry that is being created because of the incentives of the Biden administration. She has nothing to say about that. You can't go to the border and take a photo op for that. Again, it just blows my mind how these Democrats think. Because all these moves are calculated. She knew what she was doing. She knew that her showing up to the pride parade, the first VP to go to a pride parade. Oh my God, look at Kamala making history once again. When in reality, what does it really mean? What does it really mean? Doesn't really mean anything. She just went. She went for the photo op to get the photo so that the media can praise her, to distract from the fact that she has not went to the border. Again, you have kids wrapped in aluminum foil at the border, okay? in these cages, right? Kids in cages, their language, not mine. Currently happening at the border right now. Families are being separated, right? Because kids are being, again, like I told you, sent through Mexico to come to the border. Families are being separated. But you can't go and take a photo op to show that, hey, you know what? I care about this issue, that we're going to solve this issue. But you can do this? And this is why I try to tell y'all about how Kamala is just a terrible politician. She thinks this is good for her when really it's not. It makes her look a lot worse. It makes it look like she doesn't care about the real crisis that's happening in this country. The real issues that are concerning to the American people. I mean, even Democrat propaganda outlet CNN is talking about how cringe and how bad Kamala is at being a politician.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
I've said I'm going to go to the border. And
when are you going to the border, Vice President?
The administration has asked. I'm not finished. I've said I'm going to the border.
It's just a little cringeworthy. And I know that her allies in the White House and elsewhere are watching it and just kind of wondering what is going on. How poorly did this go for her first foray onto the world stage?
Well, it certainly didn't go the way the White House wanted it to go.
When she left Central America, what I would have done if I was Kamala, I just would have went to the border. I'm like, all right, I'm at the border now. I would have let them take pictures and I would have gave a speech and I would say, hey, you know what? I'm at the border and this is a crisis that's happening. Because of this crisis, we need to work with the Republicans to pass legislation to actually fix this crisis. So now I hope the Republicans are ready to do immigration reform since they was at the border talking about how much this is a problem. And now I'm at the border and I see what the problems are. Are you guys ready to do some real legislation? That's how you play politics. That's how you would put the ball back in the Republicans' court. But her doing this, this is just more ammunition for the Republicans. This is just more the Republicans to be like, hey, look, this is Kamala going to a pride parade but won't show up to the border. And they're 100% right. They're 100% right. And guys, this is why having such a big ego can ultimately be your downfall. Kamala's downfall is purely going to be because of her ego. She doesn't want to have to face the crisis that her and Biden created at the border, or at the very least contributed to at the border. She doesn't want to have to face it. She doesn't want the media to get pictures of that. And ultimately, her ego is going to lead to the Democrats losing in 2022, and hell, they might lose the White House in 2024. You know, at this point, Biden is so damn old, right, that I just don't see how he can campaign on another 4 years of that, right? I just don't see it. Kamala has to be next in line as vice president. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do the Democrats really want to run Kamala? Because she's very unpopular for a reason. This is why. This obvious fakeness from her is why. Can they really afford to run her? I don't know, man. She's not very electable. She's not very electable at all. Again, it's because of things like this. Because she's showing how fake she is. She's willing to do photo ops. She's just willing to do photo ops for the right things. For things that she thinks make her look good. And it just shows just how big her ego is, okay? That she don't want to take the L and that her priorities are out of line. You're more concerned about marching in a pride parade than you are about visiting the damn border. How can you sell that to the American people? Even the liberals on the left, not the woke revolutionaries, just the liberals, right? The center-left Democrats. I feel like that's a hard sell to them. And at this point, Kamala's so fake, I don't even know if she really cares about the LGBTQ community, right? Does she really care about them? Or is she just using that for a photo op? I'm probably going to say she's just using it as a photo op. She really don't give a damn about them. Like I said, man, Kamala, in my opinion, she's bad at politics. She's really bad at politics. And I just don't understand how she can be the future of the Democrat Party moving forward. But hey, let's hope that she is. Because if she is, there's no way they can win. No way they can win whatsoever. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.